Good morning students. I Professor Rajeshwari Sharma here. Welcome back to e-learning session of GS College of Commerce, Wardha. So today we are going to discuss the chapter Economic Growth and Economic Development. In last few lectures we have discussed the meaning of economic growth, the indicators of economic growth and the features of economic growth. Today we are going to deal with the economic development, its meaning, features and the points of differentiation between the two concepts, that is economic growth and economic development. So let's start with the meaning of economic development. You might have remembered in last lecture we have taken the example of increasing the number of students in a college, right? So there I have told you that if the number of students are increasing in college due to increase in the population of college going kids, so it's a growth. And if this growth is backed by the improvements in the quality, like the placement, the number of meritorious students, enhancement in the quality of sports, etc., so it will be turned to the development. See, if there is only increase due to the natural phenomena like increase in population, so it would be growth. And when this natural phenomena, that is increase in the number of students due to the increase in population, is backed by certain qualitative features like increase in the placement, increase in the number of meritorious students, enhancement in the quality of sports, etc. So it becomes development because there is enhancement in the quality. So this is the basic difference between the growth and the development. Now we will see the definition of the economic development, which is given by the Mayer and Bowlby. So he says that economic development is a process whereby an economy's real national income increases over a long period of time. See, here he is focusing on the term real national income. What does real national income means? See, national income can be increased by two ways. If the prices of goods and services produced in a country during a particular year increases, so the national income will increase. Okay, for example, for a particular year the goods of rupees 10,000 has been produced in a country, so the national income is 10,000. But for the next year, if the inflation increases by the 4%, so the next year the value of the same goods and services will get the 14,000. That means the national income is increasing. But there is one thing to notice. The production is same. Production has not increased. The national income has increased because of the increase in price. So it is increase in nominal national income. But in definition, the focus has been given on increase in real national income. So real national income means the production of the goods and services should increase. Production of goods and services should increase in the quantity. That is considered as real national income. So Mayer and Bowlby says in economic development there should be increase in economy's real national income. So now we have seen the definition. Now we will be moving towards the features. So first feature is qualitative concept. See, while discussing the economic growth, we have seen that it is a quantitative concept whereby the per capita income, per capita consumption, per capita consumption, all these quantitative factors are given importance. Means the production, increase in production plays very crucial role. But when we talk about the economic development, so here it is seen that along with increasing national income, along with increasing GDP, along with increasing GNP, actually the well-being of people is occurring or not. Means the life of the quality of life of people is being improved in a particular economy or not. Level of employment is increasing or not. Level of poverty is declining or not. Level of literacy or the education is being increasing in the country or not. So in economic development, along with the quantitative factors, quantitative variables, qualitative factors are also taken into the consideration. Therefore, economic development is a qualitative concept. The next one is sectoral transformation. See, it said that when the economy moves towards the path of the economic development, so there is change in the occupational structure of the country. Means in the stage of the economic growth or in the developing or the underdeveloped countries, large chunk of population or major chunk of population is depend on agriculture for their livelihood. Large share of the primary sector, that is agricultural sector, contributes to the GDP. But when the process of development occurs along with the growth, so there is shift from the agriculture to industry and the service sector. So when the shift is observed from the agriculture to the industry and the service sector, when the share of this sectors, that is industry and service sector, increases in the GDP of a particular nation, so there is economic development. So there should be the sectoral transformation. The next one is structural transformation. See, when we talk about the developing or the underdeveloped economies, so we have seen that there is a dominance of agriculture sector. The agriculture sector has the major contribution in the GDP and the GNP of the nation. Major chunk of population depends upon the agricultural sector for their livelihood. But when there is structural transformation in the process of economic development, so we observe that the occupational structure of the country gets changed. The share of the different sectors in the GDP and GNP gets changed. The share of the agriculture sector in the GDP declines, whereas the share of the secondary sector, that is industries, and tertiary sector, that is service sector, increases. So when there is economic development, there is a structural transformation. Economic development is always characterized by the structural transformation in economy. The next one is increase in capital formation. See, when the country is getting developed, people are having good level of literacy. Poverty in the nation is getting reduced. The people are having the good qualities of job. They are having the employment. People are literate. So what they will do? Their tendency to save will increase. A tendency to save will increase among them, and due to which major portion of their income would be saved, which in turn they will invest, which will lead to increase in the capital formation in the country. So when the process of economic development takes place in a particular economy or nation, so there is increase in the capital formation in that particular country due to increase in rate of savings and the investment. The next one is increase in real national income. While discussing definition, I have told you the meaning of the real national income. Real national income is increase in the production of the goods and services in a particular economy during a particular period of time in terms of quantity. There should not be increase only in terms of price, but there should be increase in terms of the quantity. Then it is said that there is increase in the real national income. So under economic development, there is increase in real national income of a particular country or the economy. The next one is role of economic and non-economic factors. When we talk about the economic growth, so here we consider only the economic factors like gross domestic product, gross national product, per capita consumption, per capita expenditure, etc. So if all these are increasing, all these are favorable, we say that country is making the growth. But at the same time, when we talk about the economic development, so non-economic factors also plays very crucial role. For economic development to occur, there should be the political stability in the country. There should be change in the attitude of people. There should be the good legal system in a country. Let's understand this concept with the help of an example. See, there is some political party in the country which is ruling for the 5 years, and it has made some policies for the business. Okay, but in the next election, that particular political party loses, and the next political party or the other political party gets selected, and they don't have a very good ideologies about the growth and the development of the business, and then they change the concept, they change the rules and regulations, they change the law. So when there is fluctuation in the rules and regulations, can there be the growth in the business? Of course not. There should be the good rules and regulations for the development of the business, and rules and regulation should be framed for the development of the business in the country and not for the sake of benefit of particular political party. So for the economic development to take place, there should be the political stability. If there is no good legal system in the country, like judiciaries are corrupt, the process of law is very time consuming, so can the development occur in a country? Of course no. There can be no development in the country. So for the development to occur, non-economic factors like legal factor, political factor, social factor, cultural factors also plays important role. Therefore, the role of economic and non-economic factors are very crucial when we talk about the development, concept of economic development. The next one is long-term concept. When we are talking about increase in the real national income, when we are talking about the factors like political stability, sustainable growth, etc. So of course, it will require the continuity, it will require the sustainable growth. So economic development is a long-term concept. So now we have dealt with the features of economic development. Now we will see the points of difference between the two concepts, that is economic growth and the economic development. First one is meaning. So economic growth is a continuous long-term process whereby country's national income increases. See, even though we focus on the increase in the national income, but in economic growth we do not observe, along with increasing national income, welfare of people is being happened or not. We do not focus on the welfare of people. We do not focus on the factors like unemployment level, poverty level, education, etc. We focus just on increasing national income when we are talking about the economic growth. And in economic development, along with the growth, we focus on changes in certain variables which determines the well-being of people. Now, what are the variables that determines the well-being of people? Employment level, if there is good employment level in the country, if the people are getting employment, so their standard of living will surely be increasing. The poverty level, if poverty level will decline in the economy, so of course the standard of living of people will improve in the country. So when we talk about the concept of economic development, so growth is given importance, but along with growth there should be change in certain variable which actually determines the well-being of people in a particular nation. The second one is scope. When we talk about the economic growth, so it is narrow and quantitative. It is narrow because it considers only the quantitative factors like per capita income, GDP, GNP, etc. But when we talk about the economic development, so it is broad and the qualitative concept because it also focuses on the qualitative things. It also focuses on the enhancement of standard of living of the people who are living in a particular nation. Along with the growth, it focuses on the various factors that actually determines the well-being of people. Therefore, it is broad and the qualitative concept. Next one is possibility. See, when we talk about the economic growth, so economic growth is possible without economic development. How? See, if the GDP of country is increasing, per capita income in a particular country is increasing, per capita consumption is a particular country is increasing, so we say that economic growth is occurring in the country. But just tell me one thing, if GDP, GNP, per capita income of particular country is increasing, so does it give assurance that the level of inequalities between the income distribution of income and wealth is decreasing? Does it ensure that the people are getting employment? Does it ensure that the literacy level in the country is increasing? Of course not. But even though all these factors like the employment, education, poverty is not showing any improvement, but still there is increase in the factors like GDP, GNP, etc. So we will say there is economic growth. Therefore, it is said that economic growth is possible without economic development. But when we are talking about the economic development. So economic development is not at all possible without economic growth. You just tell me one thing: if the GDP of particular economy is going down, there is no improvement in the per capita income, there is no improvement in the per capita consumption, the production in the particular economy is declining day by day. So is it possible for a particular economy to make expenses on the developmental expenditure? Is it possible with for a particular country to provide employment to the people? Is it possible for a particular country to reduce the poverty level? Of course not. For the development to occur, growth is very crucial. Therefore, it is said that economic development is not possible without economic growth. Next one is relevance. When we talk about the concept of economic growth, so it is relevant for the developed nation like USA, UK, etc. Because there is already the good standard of living of people. They are already having the good level of employment. They are already having the good level of literacy in their country. Therefore, economic growth, concept of economic growth is more relevant for the developed countries. But when we are talking about the developing countries like we have, like India, so the concept of economic development plays more crucial role, because only increase in GDP, GNP cannot bring development to the country, cannot reduce the poverty level, cannot provide the employment to everyone, cannot reduce the inequalities in the distribution of income and wealth, cannot give the good standard of living to everyone. Therefore, in the developing countries like India, economic development along with economic growth is very relevant and plays very crucial role. The next point is priority. In economic growth, the production is given priority, like when the GDP increases, when the national income increases, when the production of goods and services in the country increases, so the GDP, national income, etc. increases. So in economic growth, the concept of production is given priority. But when we talk about the economic development, so here the concept of distribution is given priority, which means even though the GDP is increasing, even though the national income is increasing, but how it's being distributed among the people, how much share has been contributed to national income by the capitalist, and how much share in the national income has been contributed by the worker class, how much share is there of the luxurious goods, how much share is there of the necessity goods. So when we talk about the concept of economic development, here the concept of distribution is given priority. Next one is share in national income. When there is economic growth, so in the developing nations, so major share is there from the agricultural sector, means the large share in the GDP comes from the agricultural sector. And when we are talking about the economic development, means when there is a sectoral transformation, there is a structural transformation in the country, so automatically the share of the agricultural sector declines and the share of the industry and the tertiary sector, that is the service sector, increases in the national income and the GDP. So in economic development, there is major role of industry and the service sector. The next one is dimension. When we talk about the economic growth, so it is single dimensional, or it has only one dimension. It deals with only the quantitative variables, okay? It doesn't deal with the qualitative variable. But when we talk about the concept of economic development, so it is multidimensional. Why it is multidimensional? Because it deals with quantitative as well as the qualitative factors, and it is not only influenced by the economic factors but also influenced by the non-economic factors like the political stability, legal system, the social and the cultural factors, etc. Therefore, economic development is a multidimensional concept. So today we have seen the meaning of economic development, the features and the point of differentiation between the economic growth and the economic development. In next lecture we will start with the next chapter. Till then, stay safe, keep studying. Thank you.